SAGO Mint Take 2. Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy, and this is the number 2 review of series number 13, SAGO. This is a review, as you just saw, of SAGO Mint. So let's take a look at the packaging. So you got a offset, not even close sticker on a pretty crappy black plastic lid, on a generic, pretty cheap, yet to its credit, pliable plastic can. Right off the bat, okay, presentation wise, if you can't even get, okay, if you have a plastic can and plastic lid, okay, and if it's a crappy plastic lid, at least get the sticker centered on it. Like, yeah. So this is Mint. It is a Canadian product, as you can see by the white outer of the sticker, which has the toxins up top in English and down bottom in French. Up at the top here, it is smokeless tobacco, English and French. You have a Indian head emblem with SAGO underneath. Underneath that, once in English, once in French, is mint, and the fact that it is long cut. The small words down in the blue are saying who manufactures this. This is a product of Grand River Enterprises, Six Nations Ltd. Of Oswegan, Ontario, Canada. Going around the side. Yeah, that's the English one. You should probably just take that at face value. Barcode and the fact that this is tax exempt manufacture in the U.S. It is manufactured in the U.S. for the company I just said in Canada. Then you have the French warning label and branding. SAGO, mint, and long cut. And then you have a mirror, which I'm all but sure is where the tax stamp, the Canadian tax stamp would be. But this product is Canadian government tax exempt as well. Dirty Pat Walsh sent this down to me, so he is to thank or to blame, depending which way you want to look at it, for these reviews. And he commented in the last review that this is a product that can only be found on reservations. It's not in general store population in Canada. Some good news for the wider Canadian population. So the can is cracked because this is not the first take again, and it's like 1:30 in the morning. Pat says that out of the three, this is the one that's the better of the lot. So let's open it up. Okay, it's a pretty strong peppermint smell. It doesn't actually smell that bad. Not nearly as scary as the wintergreen of the last review. The peppermint is strong enough that it has an effect on the eyes, though, which tells me that they've added it to an extent that they're trying to cover something. But again, I was sort of expecting that. I have not actually tried this yet. I didn't get that far in the first take of this. So in the can, it is your all over the place Canadian chunky cut. It's inconsistent. There's hunks of tobacco in there, like little cube-like things. But you know what? I can't really hold them to blame on that, because I've noticed that is sort of the way the Skoal products are in Canada. and I don't have too much experience yet with. Oh, actually, I do, because Pat sent me down one with this. The Canadian Copenhagen Straight is also sort of that way. The Skull Dark, though, is definitely. So I'm going to take a pinch of this. I'm thinking it's not going to pinch well at all. And then I'm going to hit the pause button. Yeah, it's, with the exception of what's directly between your finger and thumb, everything else just falls off. Like that bottom's about to fall right now. And there it goes. Okay, it's not nearly as bad as the wintergreen. The wintergreen was just let me get my hands wiped off here, and I'll be back in a second. And I am back. Okay, the mint is actually tolerable. I mean, I'm not saying it's great by any means, but it's okay. The cut's bad. The packaging is garbage. The only good thing about the packaging where it would beat out an American product is the walls of the can are pretty sturdy, and the can itself is pliable. So that actually sort of puts it above a CN smokeless product. It's the walls are stronger than, let's say, a Decade or a Derringer. The lid, though, is on par with, or possibly worse than, Pinkerton lids. The flavor is a peppermint. It's pretty strong, but it's not really unpleasant. Actually, it's not bad. It's not a bad pepper. For a budget line product, like a lowest tier mint, it's not bad. I would probably rather have this than the Kayak mint, which was probably the worst mint I ever had. The only problem is, after that wintergreen review last night, I'm now completely sketched out about the processing methods of this company, or whatever you want to call this. So in my head, I'm going, okay, what's this peppermint? They got lucky with the peppermint. What's it covering? But it seems like it's all right. It's all right. I mean, it's tolerable. I don't think I'd buy this. Pat was saying in the comment section of the last review, the wintergreen, that it's 12 Canadian, not the 8. I said it was 12 or 8. He had said before. He said it was 12, only on reservations. That's like $9 US or something like that. $8 or $9 US for. That's insane. That's like a can of Copenhagen in Los Angeles, in California. But you're not getting Copenhagen here. This product seems to have a bit of nicotine in it. I mean, I'm not saying it's the highest by any means, but it seems to be there. It spits all right. It moved around the side. It left some floaters, and it's starting to spread along the gum line a little bit, but it's staying together at least. So, there's been a couple other times where the company, I think it was the Decade or the Derringer, they got the mint right. Everything else they got wrong, but they managed to get the mint right. So, I'm not going to give it a thumb. Go buy some. It's not good. It's just, when compared to the wintergreen, which was scary beyond words. It was like apocalypse scary. This is passable. So, crappy packaging, but the can itself, not the lid, does have some strength. The flavor's actually all right. If it is covering something, which it very well may be, I'm not really able to tell. Seems to have nicotine. Has a terrible cut. That's about it. I'd love to know who's actually making this for them. Because the way that wintergreen was, floater in the front there, sorry. The way that wintergreen was, I would not be surprised that if somebody told me that was coming out of the same facility that was making Swisher products. It was on par with the Cooper, only a different really bad cut. They both had really bad cuts. The cuts were slightly different, but it tasted. Had I been blindfolded and somebody given me a pinch of that, or I'd taken one, Cooper is what I would have guessed. Cooper or kayak. This, it's all right. Compared to that, it's passable. But $9 a can, that just took it back off the table. I mean, Anyway, so this has been the review of SAGO Mint, the number 2 review of Series 13. I got one more in this, and that will be the original. Feeling like I'm forgetting something, but I'm not quite sure what. I would like to say hello and thank you to the only notification I got, and that is Barry Lloyd. Hello, sir, and thank you. Do check out Berg's Dip Reviews, Dirty Pat Walsh, Wayside Lee 83, Snuff Strings, Real Talk Studios, No Bluff Buff, and snoozefreak.com, the channel here on YouTube. I will be back tomorrow night with the final SAGO product, and that is the original. And I am expecting, mentally preparing for the worst. So if you find entertainment in my pain, make sure to tune in tomorrow night when I commit dip suicide. I really feel like I'm forgetting something here, but I'm so tired at this point. Anyway, I do hope you all are well. Do take care of yourselves, and God bless.